Well, the time has finally come. We're gonna be trying to butcher our own meat chickens today. We got all these birds as day-old chicks, and they were in the brooder for 2 weeks, and then on the pasture for about a couple months after that. They're Freedom Rangers, so they take a little bit longer than Cornish cross broilers. I'll take you through our setup quick, and we're actually behind our barn right now, and we're planning on putting something more permanent in here once the logging's done back here and we get some space cleared out. Like this tree that we have these cones on, this is gonna be taken out of here. This is more of a temporary setup, but it should be good enough for what we have. We only have 20 birds, so don't need anything too crazy. But we have these 2 cones on this ash tree right here with buckets down below. Then we got our propane burner and scalding pot set up here. I'll put all the links down to everything in the description. After I scald them, they come into their plucker. Beaver actually reached out and sent me this plucker to review. We're gonna see how that works today, and I'll give you guys an honest review on its performance. And after that, we have this table set up, and I'm gonna try to butcher everything and get them in the cooler. And then we're gonna try to get them in plastic bags and in the freezer. So we'll see how this goes. I've spent a lot of time watching videos and I'm pretty nervous, I'm not gonna lie, but there's only so much preparation you can do for these things, and you just gotta get in there and try to figure it out. So we finished up the bird processing and packaging and freezing yesterday. Ended up getting 21 of them in the freezer, 5 the first night and then the rest the second night. We got a late start on it the first day, but it actually worked out. We ended up redoing the station the second day and building this little rack for the cones here. And we were able to get everything a lot closer together, and it cut down on the walking time in between. This was all with some scrap material we had laying around, and that really helped us out the second day. But overall, I don't think it was as bad as I was expecting it to be. Getting the hang of butchering up the chickens after the first few, and we figured out how to get a decent seal on the chicken for freezing it. It's pretty empowering to know that I can do this myself now. And I have 50 more baby chicks in the brooder, and they're about to go out on pasture in the next couple days. So I'm gonna see if we can get those processed as well. That's kind of the next step. Vivor sent me a plucker to use in my processing here and asked for me to do a review of it at the end of the video. And this was my first time having any experience butchering chicken, so I never used a plucker before. But my first impressions of the plucker itself was that it did a really good job, and it seems like it's going to be more than capable of handling anything we're going to be throwing at it. I'm not a huge chicken farming operation or anything like that. I'm most likely just going to be butchering birds a couple to maybe a few times a year to fill the freezer. Simple to use. You just plug it in and there's an on and off switch, and you flip it on when you put a bird in and keep a hose spraying on the bird the whole time. But yeah, it pretty much got every single feather off of every bird that we got in there, and it took about, I don't know, 20-30 seconds when I was doing 2 birds at a time for all the feathers to get off. They said that for my viewers, they'll offer you a 6% discount. So the link to all that is down in the description. And I'll be back soon with another video. Our garden is hitting full swing. I spent the past couple days focused on these birds. So there's a lot I need to harvest out of there and start preserving.